G'day folks. I purchased a sandwich plate. This is for my oil cooler adapter setup. What you do is you run a sandwich plate between the oil pump and the filter, and it basically sends it out of the pump through your cooler and then back in, then up through around your filter, back through the inside of the filter and back down through into the engine. I purchased this on eBay. It was around $70. It's actually made in the USA, so the quality's not bad, but I later found out that the fittings aren't the size that I want to run. I want to run -10. Now, there's your -10, that's not going to fit. So that was my fault. It was a little bit of ignorance on my part. Didn't really check for hose sizes, and I just sort of got caught up with the price, I suppose. But yeah, I didn't do enough homework. But it will work with the filter and everything is fine. But what we're going to do, we're going to modify it to suit. Even looking at it, my first thought was it needs porting, because what I've gone and done, guys, I've spent so much trouble on my oil pump, the one that's on my car now. This is stage 1. I've done a stage 2. I don't want to compromise any restriction. I want really good flow. So now I have to turn my attention to porting this out around here and making sure as oil enters into this sandwich plate, it can exit very easily. So what my plan is now, because I still want to run the -10 lines, I'm actually going to get them welded on. And because I've got 2 fittings here, one's slightly different, but I'll shorten it up, get them even, and then I'll get them welded right around nice and solid. And I'm actually going to send a 12.5mm bit through both of them before we get them welded on, just to ream them out that tiny little bit to make sure that the sandwich plate flows really well. So it was a bit of a pain. Like when I looked in the VPW catalogue, you can get sandwich plates with 3/4 or -10 hose connections. Now, if I'd have known that at the time, I didn't do enough research, so I'm sort of kicking myself a little bit. I would have purchased one of these. But on the same side, American made, it feels like it's a really good bit of quality, whereas ProFlow, Chinese made. They're okay, nothing wrong with them, but I feel at least this is a little bit better quality, and I can sort of modify it to suit my needs. So yes, nothing's ever easy, guys. There's always a challenge, but we're definitely going to need a oil cooler, because it's just getting too hot now that I've grouted the block, and it's not successful. I'll be clocking it roughly around there too. So when you take it off, I'll show you this. Got to be mindful of everything when you're doing this sort of work. That slot in there, I sort of want it to clock in that area there too. So it actually works quite nice if it's on sort of that angle. And when it's in the car, it'll be sitting pretty much like that, and then 2 90-degree bends and straight up to the front. So it'll work. It'll actually work quite well, but like I said, we've just got to do a little bit of modding to suit, just so we pay attention to flow, and I think it'll be a good thing in the finish. It's about there. All right, folks. Well, it's just a little update on the oil cooler. I should be able to have that up and running for the club day. I won't be having it when I go on Saturday, of course, but like I said, I'm not going to push it too hard. It'll be just a bit of a squirt and focus on the turbo and that sort of associated thing. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing and what I'm about and learning all the time. Check that out. Why would you put hose clamps on that? I wouldn't trust it, to be honest. If you'll get, I'm getting anywhere up to around 75 psi of pressure. I'm not real keen to run hose clamps like that. That's a bit dodgy to me. We'll do a nice job and get these fittings because they're awesome. They are the best. There's no doubt about it. I haven't had one failure since running these fittings. These are actually ProFlow fittings, and this is the only bit of ProFlow that I run, and I'm going to use them because they're okay. I prefer the Speedflow fittings over the ProFlow, but just on this one we'll run the ProFlow, and they'll be all right. There'll be nothing wrong with them. They'll work okay. All right, folks. I'll put one up soon. Catch you later.